Okay, Fate, we are talking about good habits today. And the question is, what is a good habit that you would like to adopt? And how do you think this habit would impact your life? I can go first if you want to think about it, or if you already know, go ahead.
Give me a few minutes to think about it.
Okay. So the good habit that I would like to adopt, I mean, there's many. If I could ever beat my procrastination, which I was talking about with Lynn in the last one, that'd be great. But that's too many habits I'd have to form. So let's start simpler. I would like to get into the habit of studying Spanish at least like for 15 minutes to half an hour every day. Oh, you're shaking. Is there an
Oh,
earthquake?
no, it's just a monitor that's shaking. Sorry, I moved my foot.
Oh, okay. um I was just like, "Oh no." Um why would I do that? Oh, because my Spanish is at a decent level, but it's not progressing because I'm not practicing and I'm not studying every day. I
Mhm.
just like I had a teacher, but I decided I'm not going to continue with that this year because I'm just kind of using him as a crutch
Mhm.
to like say I went to class, but then I do the homework, but like I don't study every day. So I think if I got into that habit, I would really accelerate my level of Spanish and I do one day want to be fluent. But
Mhm.
it's so hard because I'm so lazy. And I don't want to like some days, after work I don't want to think more. I just want to like zone out or do something fun or that requires no effort from me. So we'll see if I can actually do it when I get back to Buenos Aires.
Uh,
I've been meaning to for years.
that's a good goal, though, and it helps that you really have some people to practice with. I feel like I mean, learning a new language or another language has always been very interesting for me. But you're correct. If you don't get a chance to practice or converse with someone using that, it just disappears. It's like I attempted to learn French at one point in my life, and during the time that we were studying, I was able to learn some phrases and sentences. But like after that, whenever I see my French teacher again, like all I could remember is like "Comment ça va?" like, and like "How are you?" Like that's all I could remember now, and like maybe introduce myself a little in French. But yeah, I hope
Same with
you
me.
get to
I
the
studied French for
chance.
5 years and all I can say is ça va.
Comment ça
Bonjour, ça
va?
va?
Merci,
Je
merci beaucoup.
je m'appelle
Je
Jeannette.
Je m'appelle Fate. Yeah, c'est mon ami, and like, oh, it's so hard. And yeah, so I wish you luck in that endeavor.
Thank
It's so,
you.
you're welcome. As for me, oh, like you, I have so many bad habits to break and so many good ones that I should be adopting. But uh, I think my focus this year is to adopt better, healthy habits, especially for
Mm.
eating and food, because uh, health is really uh, a focus this year for me and my family. And it's like realizing at this age that I am now, it's like I'm not getting any younger, and it's getting more and more difficult to stay healthy. So I have a love for all sweets and junk food and fast food, and I need to cut back on those. And I really hope that all the things I'm studying in terms of having better diet or like choosing more plant based uh, food would take effect, because I know that it would be good for me. It's just sometimes it's so hard, like especially now, like whatever we're on a shift and I get to grab like some snacks, it always turns out to be junk food. So, baby steps, but that's one thing that I want to focus on: having healthy food habits, eating habits.
That's that's a really good goal and definitely would impact your life in many ways, but it is hard. It's very hard. Baby steps are definitely the way to go.
Yeah.
It's so hard to like change your habits if you know who's also on that lifestyle is Robert.
Oh,
Robert is trying to get off of junk food and stuff, but he's
ugh,
still like,
so hard.
it's it's pretty addictive, like actually addictive. Like they've done
Yeah.
scientific studies that show that there's like sugar is like worse than cocaine in
Yeah.
that you like the body just like once you stop getting off of it, like it goes into withdrawal, like a drug
Yeah.
withdrawal for it. So it's a very admirable habit to try to adopt because it's hard, but it's definitely
Mm.
doable. Baby steps are
I
the way to
hope
go.
so. Thank you. Baby steps.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, let me think. Is there any bad habits that you're trying to break conversely? I guess yours could maybe be both.
Hmm.
The bad
Yeah.
habit I've been trying to break for years is procrastination. But you know what? I actually read an article that said I should accept it about myself and work with it. Like, kind of like treat it like a disability, which sounds, maybe it even
Hmm.
sounds offensive. It was a controversial article. But the idea is like, it's part of me. It's not something separate from me. And like, how can I work with it knowing that I'm likely to procrastinate? And I thought, that's like, I've tried to break it in other ways. That's something I've never done. Maybe that
Hmm.
would make a difference. So we'll see. But it's my lifelong worst habit is procrastination.
I feel
What
you. I
about you?
can relate to that. It's like you want to take advantage of really maximizing your time all the time, but like whenever you get distracted or like there are just some things that you want to, I'll just take a look at you later, and then yeah, I feel that. Well, aside from that, which I deeply relate to, procrastination, probably spending, bad spending habits.
What do you spend on that you shouldn't? You feel that you shouldn't at least.
As I mean, I just sometimes like uh, well, I guess a part of me is that when I was young, I felt that I was deprived of the ability to buy things because we're not
Mm.
well off, and it's like it's so hard to like even before like having a new dress would only come once a year, things like that. But now that I have
Mm.
some certain means to spend more, it's like, oh, it's becoming an addiction. Like whenever I see shoes that I like, and I like this dress, it's like, add to cart. And it's so difficult. I mean, sometimes, I try to, buy things that are really essential to the household. Like I have I think the pandemic has opened me to the beauty and of online shopping. And I would just want to shop everything online because it's discounted sometimes and it's more, I guess, easier to deal with than going out. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's hard because like whenever you see something you like, you add to cart, or if you're buying some one item from a shop and trying to take advantage of free shipping, like you add more.
Oh yeah. Oh
Oh,
yeah.
it's an addiction. It's like some people say, why don't you add to cart and then just leave it and think about it and go back later if you think it's really essential. But it's hard. It's hard to do that. So I still have like 6 items in my cart that I'm waiting to arrive. And and that is a really bad habit. So I need to focus on saving instead of spending. So I really hope I can manage that as well. I mean, I'm trying. I'm limiting myself as much as possible, but I can't totally like remove the apps from my phone
Mm-hmm.
because like I said, like I get medicine or supplements or some other stuff online too. So I really can't do away with it totally. But for the wants versus the needs, yeah, that's something I need improvement on.
Mm. Shopping is another thing that's addicting. I think they say people get the same amount of dopamine rush
Mm-hmm.
to your brain shopping as you do gambling. It's like,
Oh.
ooh, like it like lights up your brain like, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So it's hard. You know, there's this podcast that I listen to called Life Kit.
Mhm.
Plug for Life Kit, not affiliated. Um where they have different episodes on like, yeah, different elements of your life. And I think I just listened to one about spending less. I'll send it to you if those are one of your goals.
Oh,
Also, I definitely
yes.
always have one about eating healthier. So yeah, I can send those to you. Both
I'd
require
love
baby
that.
steps. It's so hard to change a comprehensive habit like all at
Mhm.
once. It usually results in a lot of backsliding, but you'll get there. You'll get
Yeah,
there.
I hope so too. Thank you, Jeanette.
Yes, thank you for telling me about your good and bad habits. All right, we're wrapping this one up. We'll go on to the next.
Sure thing.